Okay, where am I? Man, I am tired. Okay, this is good to go. Let me find you guys. There you are. You guys. How are you? Let's move this tab to a new window. Hey, HT. HT is first tonight. Hi, Lucienne. Hi, T. Barb. Good evening, Connie. I'm buffering already? Seriously? Am I buffering? Just for a second, right? Okay. I'm like, I only said hello and you got me buffering? Okay. Yes. Hi, Dreamweaver. Mother of Fire. Connie, Sharon, Rick, Bonnie. Never again, right? Okay. Hello, mods. How are you guys? I'm fine. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I have to tell you guys, I am really tired. I don't know if anybody else is feeling tired. This is kind of like that draining aspect where you've got fixed signs with Taurus, which kind of makes things feel kind of like lead weight. Like, yeah, you're wearing, oops, I'm sorry. Let me get some better lighting over here. Then I have other fixed signs and it just makes me really tired. Yeah, super, super, super tired, Larry girl. Yep. So that's the, what's the shadow for? Okay. And I always feel it with this. I'm sorry, just a second. What's going on here? Who can work with shadows like this? Not me. Is it a little better? Oh, well. I want to look at the flowers, though. Right? Okay. Anyway. Yeah, so we've got a lot of activity going on in Aquarius. Jupiter, Saturn, Mercury. Mercury is, the nervous system, your thoughts, your communications, and it has passed Jupiter, so it is in coursing really, really, really fast. But then there's other planets that are in square to Mars, Uranus, and Taurus, which if you tune into that energy close to the Earth, you can feel stuff like on the Earth, like ground level, pulsing really fast. But then you've got this super high, speed of light Mercury going right now, but its ruler, it's in square too. So that is also why it's very, very, very draining. Taurus energies kind of make me feel like I'm in slow motion sometimes. Aquarius energies really get me going fast. So there's kind of this cross current of speeds at which things are going. And then you have to kind of like separate that out from what we're observing day to day, moment by moment. But you know what a lovely inauguration yesterday. I encourage you guys to keep that on repeat or replay as often as you can, because the powers that be in media are trying to disappear it from our memories already. The same for what happened on January 6th. Like, it's not a big deal. Can you sense how that's going again with the brainwashing, the psyops to trick people into not believing what they're seeing? It is a relief to not have Don Julio around, but his energy got pulsing again today. So I'm like, what the heck is up? And then we see some GOP senators, change their mind. I knew they were going to change their mind because immediately in the aftermath of January 6th, people like John Cornyn were like, this is really bad. Same with Mitch. And now they're all going to backtrack it as if it didn't happen. The other thing I want to comment on, this whole deal with the metal detectors. We have to come back to that because the last readings I was doing, I didn't understand it, but somehow the metal detectors kept lining up with the tennis pavilion. I know it just sounds crazy. I think in the last live I did, I talked about that a little bit. But there were like 3 major things helping Don Julio with his back channel with the government. It was like the tennis pavilion, whatever is set up there was like the back channel, like government and deals so that other leaders, Donald's friends, could call in. So could the dark money packs could call in. And then certain people in DC, almost like they could go there and access it. I don't know how, you guys, but that was just the sense I had looking at that. But then when I was looking at the Boobert, and the rest of them, with the metal detectors, you know, I read just solely on the metal detector, and it just kept coming up with the boobs and the tennis pavilion and the metal detectors, and then everything else going on. Like, that was a core piece, and I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if they're doing the metal detector thing on purpose to send a signal to, okay, you know, maybe I should just grab some tarot cards. How are you guys? Let me say hi to you first. Hi, guys. Yes, Ollie Coleman. Mercury's in my first house right now. There's a boatload of planets that will be occupying her first house. The first house has to do with the physical body and vitality. And now it's going to be in square to some things. Okay. Oh, yeah, Michael Flynn, brother. Yes, we need to talk about him as well, Michael Grant, because his brother showed up for me several weeks ago in my Terrascope. Because, you know, Spirit always says to me, like, if I'm on Twitter, like, randomly things come to me, and it's like, look at that. Do that one. And so, like, I just, like, keep a record of it. That we have to talk about as well. I want to know. Okay, so yeah, we won. We're in the driver's seat. We want to clean up. They don't want us to clean up. So that's where we are. We're in stage 2, you guys. Out of the nightmare, into another stage. This is kind of a transition, difficult time. But first, I want to just, what's going on with these metal detectors? Because these idiots are getting caught, I think on purpose. What's the importance of the metal detectors? Metal detector, why are they so freaking important to them? Boob, boob, and boob. Why are they doing that? I don't care which boob it is. I can't even see their names anymore. There's 3 boobs. Pick one. Boob number 1. How do they relate to the metal detectors? Number 2. Number 3. Tennis pavilion. What does a tennis pavilion have to do with all this stuff? I want to know if that thing has been knocked down. Tennis pavilion. So this card, it is not a challenge card. It's how this relates to this boob to that one. Okay, so that's like a bridge. How these all link together, because there's something going on with that. I barely shuffled these, you guys. I'm sorry. So tight. Okay, so what we have here, the 4 of Swords laying dormant. Recuperating, rejuvenating, planning. They're secret talks. Laying low, secret talks. So this is the freaking metal detectors that they keep setting off and freaking people out. There's a reason for that. Oh, the 6 of Cups, because we're talking about something from the past. If this is reversed, it's the maggots. So they want to go back to the past. This is the sole purpose of the metal detectors. Republican Party and the past when they had power, covered in the Knight of Cups, making an offer, being of support. So still supporting that person that shall not be named, still supporting the Republican Party, because their challenge right now is the Q boobs and the timing. This is the function of the metal detectors. The past, the support for one another, and this has to be Q. How does this go to the tennis? So let's look at the tennis pavilion. Seven of Swords, stealing information, theft of information, covered in secrets from the High Priestess, from the Rusher, to be let out. Okay, stealing secrets. Rusher tapping in. Nine of Pentacles for their security and comfort, which they don't have. So how do we make this leap from metal detectors to the tennis pavilion? Here's boob number 1. I think that's Lauren. So 10 of Wands. This is, well, you know, election burdens, money, getting some relief for Don Julio. It's not as bad as it's been for them. They're trying to get relief now that they're in the minority. And this tennis pavilion, the detectors linked to the pavilion for her by Russian strength. Keep your eyes on this metal detector and look at the news of the day. For example, when McCarthy was speaking today, I felt like he was sending out messages again. Oh, and then he pivoted back to all the accomplishments of the Trump admin while the Dow Jones was going down. There's something going on with the markets again. So I felt like he was sending a message about the markets. I have my eyes on there because like Google had a payday yesterday. Like their shares went up $94 per whatever. The bottom fell out of Bitcoin. But like Facebook, Amazon, all like social media numbers going up big time. And then we get this bullshittery from the GOP again today. There's some connection here. And then here we have these stupid metal detectors activated again. This is boob number 2, which I think is that crazy blonde. So 5 of Cups, that's China. It's also disappointment what happened. This is, well, yeah, because she's a Q boob. She's crazy about that. I don't know if she's setting off the detectors, but she is crazy. If that matters. There's a bridge. China is the link from the metal detectors to the tennis pavilion. This is Harris. That guy brought his guns again today. Oh my God. The page. So he's bringing good news. Donald is waiting for some good news. I just saw this. So I'm going to be an assholio to get the message out because I am bridging between the metal detectors, trying to blend some information that isn't going so well to go back and forth in here. Something is dormant. These are the... So whoever knows that they're supposed to be doing something or saying something or sending a signal, this is how they're doing it. It's absolutely nutty. But there's a function for it. And they're just going to keep doing it and driving us crazy because they also like to drive us crazy. Right? Okay. The parrot is trying to say Q-boob. I'm sorry, parrot. I'm so sorry. That's hilarious. Okay, Marjorie, not a whole lot. We're just tired. Everyone's tired because of the moon in Taurus. squaring off with stuff in Aquarius. I find it very annoying. But we have to keep doing our new moon contracts because otherwise I wouldn't be doing live tonight. Except there's some things that I'm like, I've taken notes and I've totally forgotten what they are. So let's talk about stuff because I can't even think about what to talk about. You know, I should be lighting my, I'm going to light this. I'm feeling I need some more sage. Sage. This month, the rest, I think, of the way the Republican Party is behaving right now, I think the rest of this new moon in Capricorn is going to be difficult because they realize a change has come in terms of structure and power and that they are on, they got some catching up to do. And this is very reactionary. I haven't even looked at the eclipses. I have been overwhelmed. I'm trying, with the new administration, it's like all the charts have flipped. We have new cabinet, we have new everything, and Don Julio is being him. Oh gosh, I still haven't looked at Cuba. You guys, Cuba came up again today. Okay. I do want to show this to you. Can you guys see this over here? Because oh, look. No, is it going to move? It's not going to move. Can I move this over a little bit more? How you guys doing? Oh my goodness. You guys are going off. Oh, I did not know about Bush talking to Scalise. Scalise is dirty, you guys. So freaking dirty. Okay, so I'm going to show you this teroscope real quick. Because I had been going in the past. I'll show you what triggered that. So this whole thing about General Flynn. Is his name Chris? The brother? It's just so awful. And it's going to keep we are going to keep having days like this, you guys, where we just get bad news from negligence and homicidal ideation against the Dems that they're acting out on. So just prepare yourselves. Yes, we're in a better place, but this is where we are coming face to face with truth, and it's going to be painful. However, I will take this position any day over the past 4 years. Any day. So with Chris, they were saying General Flynn's brother, apparently, the defense was denying all along that he was even in the room on the phone call when the Capitol Police called 6 times for backup with the National Guard and no one was doing anything. The Army was denying that Charles was on the call. But here we're finding out, no, actually he was there, and this is the last update I have. It might have changed since, but actually he was there, but he left halfway through the call because he assumed they were just going to make things right, which I was like, oh my gosh, you were part of this. That anytime these guys engage in plausible deniability, which is exactly what that was, it is, I'm at the point now where I'm like, it's true. Prove to me that it's not true. Because every single time something happens like this, you get the first thing out of their mouth is that you get the Kremlin-y statement out of it. I'm going to assume it's true. So this guy, Don Julio, put his request in on November 30th to install him with, DOD, Defense. He was approved on December 30th. So I'm like, I've got some teroscopes on the matter. Let me see what was going on there. I haven't been able to look at this in detail, But look at this. So November 30th was actually the new moon solar eclipse in Sagittarius. You know, it was a letting go of a solar figure. Donald knew it. This is where it gets interesting, because this is around the time I was getting a lot of the astrology cards were repeating, but like getting handed off to different areas of the chart. It was really crazy. So at this time, we only had the moon in the sky. And I think I remember saying to you guys, there's so much going on beneath the horizon. We can't see it. We have no idea what it is. It's like driving in fog. You know, stuff is around you. You can't see it, and it could be really deadly. Well, this was Monday, November 30th. Oh, I'm sorry. This was a full moon. This was a full moon eclipse. Holy shit, you guys. Holy crap. This, oh my God. Oh my God. Now this totally makes even more sense to me. So, oh shit, these assholios, I cannot stand them. So, this was a full moon eclipse. The sun was at 8 degrees Sagittarius. This is income gains values. Sagittarius lands far away. It is also law enforcement. In the 8th house of shared resources, life, death. 8, Gemini. 8 degrees Gemini, number 1. I believe, I have to double check, but I'm pretty confident that this is what it is. In the USA chart at 8 degrees Gemini is Uranus, chaos. On Donald, when Venus retrograded last May, it retrograded over Donald's sun. And I believe this eclipse at 8 Gemini, that is when it turned direct, maybe. Right on the cusp there. And I think it might have even been conjunct Mercury. So there's a history here. This was the, oh my gosh, was this the eclipse to June 5th? When Biden won? No. Okay. There's a big history here. Now, November 30th. This caught my eye. This teroscope. Gemini. I think. Gemini. Donald. I think I'm going to do this. The ascendant also said, oh, look, Venus is right there. How about that? Jesus. I think 4th house to the roots, on the ground, who we are. But when you go here to the 6th house, this day he put in his request for General Charles. This area rules the military. It rules the military. The ascendant says we all have to go down here for defense, but looking over here, this is the military. The ascendant is ruled by Mars. Where's Mars? It's in this area of the military. So this was the day he put his request in. There's that lover's card. So in love with this. The astrology card. Leo, I will. I'm going to do this. We have the Eris asteroid. Fuck up. Around and find out asteroid. Mars, Lilith, his pain. So that happened. Shh, I didn't say that, you guys. For entertainment purposes only. That's right. So this is as far as I've been able to look into the history. Oh, and the 8 of Pentacles for some reason. Oh, on the ground. 4th house. The 8 of Pentacles. This 8 of Pentacles has been showing up a lot associated with what happened on January 6th. They were planning to do this insurrection on January 6th. There were a lot of people that they needed a lot of agreement, the Two of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles, the practice, the precision, the military might. We're going to get this right. So when I looked at the Eight of Pentacles, then look who has that as their ascendant giving them life. Betsy DeVos. Betsy DeVos is not in a good place right now, you guys. I think she's in hiding maybe. And I don't know if we're like sending out people like to get her and Eric Prince, but there's something very much going on with her. So she was the Eight of Pentacles. There's the Eight of Pentacles. So that stuck out to me from November 30th when he put in his request. Now, December 20th, they approved it. So it was right at the end of this lunation. So the moon had started over here, December 14th. It was moving kind of slow. And by the time I got to the 20th, it was over here in Pisces. That's when he's such an assholio, when he does his super duper criming and deception. There was a yod here pointing to here, to the 6th house of the military. Grand Cross Provoker, the Wheel of Fortune, and Increase. And you have Donald all by himself. We have the 12th house, Escape, my escape plans, and there's your generals. King of Swords, King of Wands. Yod, Destiny. I think it might be this King of Swords. So that's what I picked up from there. And the Defense Department. DOD, the defense, had the Lover's card right here. Mike Flynn had the Lover's card here, the 5th house of the sun with Donald. Flynn and Donald totally doing this. DOD Esper, 11th house, wishes friends. His friends are the lovers. Flynn and Don Holio. So, you got that? Does that make sense? Okay, good. Hi, Linda Foster. Okay, so I'm spending too much time on that. I'm too tired. The moon's in Taurus. But I like seeing that our Linda Foster is here with the moon in Taurus because it's, yeah, she's probably getting charged up from that because she's good with that Taurus energy. Whoops. So this Terrascope right here, I was like, okay, Donald. What's up with General Charles Flynn? He told me. It was so easy to read. Death, anxiety, nightmare. That's what was going on. We're putting an end to this. We're going to create a big nightmare. Here's my yes, no card. Who is he? He's got the no card, meaning if you have a card next to it with the no card in this deck, you're responsible for the cover-up. So this is who he is. This is about Don Holio regarding General Charles. Donald has to cover up the tower related to Charles. Can you believe this? The secret is because of the Proud Boys, the hidden enemy is that Russia funded them with General Charles. He was the friend, this is your friends, your hopes, your wishes, that would be activated when the defenses were down. What's crowning Charles? He manipulated a situation, not as above, so below, but manipulated it here on the ground for greedy purposes. 9th house, lands far away. Regarding him, well, we cannot reveal Donald's part with him. Shared resources that General Charles brings awfully good news. And General Charles was there as a partner, helping with the adversary. Because on the ground, what we're defending against is something we set up, but we just let it sit there and stagnate and do nothing. So nobody could get away and just sit there. Donald's got to cover that up. Third house communications. This is the nightmare. This is the other card that is associated with insurgency. Trapping them inside the Capitol. Second house, income gains, values. Look at all of those P-boys, all those people, all those militia groups who are ready to go. That's what Donald says about Charles. I believe it. Because it all matches, right? For entertainment purposes only. Yes, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yes, this is just my hypothesis and my itchy hands that throw the cards out, right? Oh my gosh, am I buffering? I don't want to buffer. We love you too. We love YouTube's a pain in the assolio. Okay, so that's that. I feel like there's so much I wanted to tell you, but I just cannot get this brain to click into gear. I know I have something that I want to show you. Let me just look at this real quickly. Maybe this will jar my brain. Okay. This was something I looked at yesterday. Because I'm looking at the stocks and the indexes and who's doing what. Why is the dollar weakening? Here was the Queen of Cups, fifth house of the sun, Mother Russia. This area, public servants, Republicans, had the Six of Cups, the past. There's a manipulation going on there. I cannot believe how many queens are showing up in all my taroscopes, no matter who I'm doing, what it's about, whether it's Republicans, whether it's Democrats. But the queens, remember, the queens are nations. The Queen of Cups is the United States. The Queen of Wands has been designated Russia. The Queen of Swords are the nations that are hacking us. And the Queen of Pentacles are the resources that are getting stolen from us or other nations. So the queens are showing up everywhere. And I think last time I showed this to you guys, the Wuhan asteroid. There's a lot of warring activity going on. So like President Biden said it in there. And Dems, you know what? They just got to take the whole thing by the reins and get going ASAP. I love all the executive orders that have come out, which means, you know, we should probably just, we need to write. We need to write. So if you are new to my channel, what we're doing right now, once a month, but especially this month, because this month, this new moon that we had is the most important new moon of the year, of the decade, of the millennium, maybe for 7,000 years. Because even before the great Jupiter-Saturn conjunction that we had on the first day of winter, what happened a year ago was the great Saturn-Pluto conjunction in Capricorn, with a bunch of planets in Capricorn, with Uranus in Taurus. We haven't seen that for about 7,000 years. And the reason why that's so important is because the Saturn-Pluto conjunction was all about the change of structure and power in world governments. It's why 2020 has sucked so badly. What has it sucked? It sucked, oh, thank you, donkey balls. So, the Saturn-Pluto conjunction happened on January 12th, 2020. And we've been waiting and waiting since last January to get to the year return, the 1-year birthday of this, to finally unleash the energies going forth. Now, this is something I have talked about all year long, and something this wonderful group has done so faithfully, amazingly. We've done new moon wishes together, but we really decided last November, new moon in Scorpio was the time that we had to pre-pave those new moon intentions ahead of January when this beast came. Now, new moon intentions, I'm calling them new moon contracts. What's the big deal about them? The ancients knew about this. As long as humans have been on this planet, they have looked to the stars in the sky, and one thing they have found out is that at the new moon, if you're a farmer, that's the time to plant your crops because they yield the highest, the most volume and the best quality. That is why we have the Farmer's Almanac. If you thumb through there day by day, you're going to see a bunch of astrology in there and planetary signs and what day to do what. It works. We, maybe coincident, but one magical thing that totally happened from November was Donald got kicked off of Twitter. And I know that is something that we had worked on back at the November new moon, which coincidentally, when he got kicked off of that Twitter, the moon was in the exact spot of the sun at the new moon in Scorpio 2 months ago. This has happened all the time with this group. So what we do, because we're leveraging our collective power and our collective focus on what we want to have happen. There's a lot we still want to have happen. And you need to write because you're tapping the heavens above to, like an antenna off your brain, down into physical form to your hand, and focusing on that as you write. Now, for simplicity's sake, I write, I want this, I want that, I blah, blah, blah. I'm a Scorpio. That's what works for me. I want. That's what gives me life. That's what gets the creative juices flowing. I cannot do I have because I'm not a Taurus, and it just puts me to sleep. That does not get my creative mojo going. So however it works for you, past, present, future, use the words that work the best for you. So if you haven't gotten your paper and pencil yet or pen, go ahead. I'm going to take a sip here. Oh, whoa. Thanks, you guys. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Bob. Thank you so much. Yes, Jim Dave, the almanac is amazing. And an organic farmer just can't do with that. You cannot. I planted corn at that new moon in Cancer. I don't know if it was like a eclipse one year. I had to jump back. I was astonished at the way my corn grew, and it made me kind of a lazy gardener because I'm like, I'm only planting corn from now on the new moon in Cancer. I don't care if it's at the end of June or in July. It works. Okay, I haven't gotten my my Farmer's Almanac yet though. Connie Brown, Scorpio here. Okay, so I have written notes all over the place. I'm going to check I tagged it in the Twitter on what I wanted to do. Let me see if I can bring that up. On my tweets I've been writing, new moon, hashtag new moon, hashtag ZQT. Because I see something I'm like, ooh, I want to wish on that. So, pound. And you know what? The moon, I need to get some cards here so we can figure out what to do. I think we need to redefine some unity as far as unified against fascism and a coup and, insurrection. But you know what? I want President Biden's cabinet approved ASAP how do I say that? Approved ASAP. IG without GOP interference. Time to sit down, GOP. ASAP, no matter what. I need a new marker. Okay, I want Schumer to what, you guys? Fill it in. I want Chuck Schumer to give me some words and ideas. As, you know, majority leader, Todd Douglas, by the way, I'm eating corn. Corn is good for you. It's very earthy. I want Chuck Schumer to grab the reins as leader and get done now. They don't want to be unified. They do not. We're not going to negotiate with these terrorist turds. For entertainment purposes only, YouTube. I know. I have like no patience with them. Schumer, not to back down. Take charge. Grow some. I know, balls. I was thinking that, but I just can't. I've been saying that too much lately. Yes, go all out. Make it happen. Gag Mitch. Sit down, Mitch. Okay. I know we haven't met for a while, so the moon is over here in the 11th house. That, I know this is such a messy chart, you guys. Sorry. I will tell you right now, I'm not going to go look for charts because I can't find it. But you know I keep talking about the Saturn-Pluto conjunction. Biden's natal moon lines up with that chart. The power, the ascendant of that chart of the Saturn-Pluto conjunction. There's more in it that he lines up with. It's kind of mind-blowing. Kamala, she's got the Saturn, which helps to depress the effects of this Wuhan asteroid against our assets and our monies. So that's good. But it's like Biden was born for this. It is going to push him. He's a Scorpio. I saw a little bit of that. I was wondering when I was going to see that little Scorpio irritation with him today. I loved it. It was awesome. Okay. And disclaimer, I'm a Scorpio. I can say those things. Tarot. We need some help here with what we need to think about. This moon is in Taurus. What do we need to make a contract with for the future for our country? What's going on here? We got to make a decision. Unity or not? Is it going to be getting poop done or not? Judgment. A lot of judgment is being placed. We've been through hell. We already judged to be the one. Okay. Oh, and we have to write. Okay, before, I just don't want to forget this. We have to write this down. I want 100% of the GOP and Republicans everywhere to totally accept the results of the 2020 election and accept Biden. I have a little story to tell you guys. The other night, we had a lot of snow. I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to shovel again. But I'm out there shoveling, and we're in a very small community, so we have like this one person who does the plowing. And the last couple times, I'm just like kind of annoyed because like our street is kind of on a curve like this. Here, wait. It's on a curve like this. This is the neighbor driveway. This is like ours. So when they come and plow, he just kind of comes around the corner and keeps going. So we get all this stuff piled up here. Their mailbox is here. This person is rather elderly. They don't shovel. So like I've been like trying to like clear this up a little bit at least so they can get in and out. And then it was really bad the other night. I just took my shovel and just walked halfway up the driveway to where our boundary marker is. So at least there was a little bit of a trail there that they could walk. Because there's a caretaker, and nobody uses a shovel there, I don't think. But I'm not doing their whole driveway because it's huge. So anyway, I'm like doing this and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't. I don't have enough time for this. I got stuff to do, but I, just went and I was doing it, and I'm come back up in my driveway. I'm like, okay, universe, I'm thinking aloud a wish. Who does the plowing for the area? Maybe he saw that I made this little trail and I did this. He comes up, he plowed this entire thing. So it was all backed up behind and away from the mailbox. And he got it all cleared like right up so like I could get out too. I was shocked. That was like 10 minutes later. And I just sat there underneath the moon and I was like, this is what I really want. And it happened. Shocked. That's how powerful this stuff is. Because like the last 3-4 times they don't do that. So it matters to take a moment to get clear on what you're doing in the moment and focus instead of biatching the whole time, because biatching gives you more reasons to biatch. I don't like that, right? Oh shit, am I buffering? Am I buffering? Oh Jesus, really? What did I say to get the snow away? That's when it happened? I just don't get it. I'm back. So did you hear the whole story though about what magically happened afterwards? That I thought I was trying something else, GMD. So Kate, you did not hear the rest of the story? Yes, you heard the rest. Yes, you heard the story. Yes. Okay. Okay, so basically, I decided to stop biatching about the snow, made a really clear intention, and 10 minutes later, the plow showed up and cleared it all away. Everything. It looks beautiful. Crazy. Okay. Yes, I was frustrated because I was shoveling. I didn't want to do that anymore. Why do I have to keep doing this? I need someone to do it. And boom, 10 minutes later. Okay, so what do we need to concentrate on? Two bad choices? Yes, we were judged to win. We won. The GOP is still being assholios. This sounds totally impossible, but I want the GOP and Mitch to return to normal civility and stop manipulating rules especially while we're in So I also see this as reactionary to how incredible the inauguration was and how powerful the inauguration concert was last night. That they had to act today to take the wind out of our sails because we're off and running. So you guys, you see, you've all seen. We saw yesterday. We got a glimpse as to the good ahead of us. We're that close. It will get easier when this moon gets into the new moon Aquarius. I'm looking forward to, but this Capricorn new moon is going to be a bugger because it's dealing with all the 2020 crap, making its final statement. That's why they think they have leverage, but they're out. They're out. Okay. So, that Four of Pentacles, instability. We want unity. And who's in charge? Okay, so this has to do with right now we're experiencing some instability. Who's in charge here? Schumer, get your big boy pants on. Your big King of Wands pants. Stop being a whiny. Whiny, Knight of Cups, King of Cups, reverse. No, you need some fire. Time to fire it up. Let's go. Okay, so I want the Dems to not be afraid of their power, meaning to easily embrace their power, their leadership, their authority, because if they don't claim it, somebody else will. Want them to. I want Dems to occupy all the platform here's another of leadership. May there be zero vacuum for instability and GOP takeover to happen. I want Dems to be steadfast in their vision. Oh, I just got it. They're still feeling a lot of fear. They're realizing that their colleagues want them dead. It's very hard to take leadership when you're fearing for your life. What do we want to see there? Let me get my other board. So I want the Dems to not be afraid of their power, to easily embrace their power, their leadership, their authority. I want Dems to occupy all that platform of leadership, May there be zero vacuum for instability and GOP takeover to happen. I want to see my U.S. government, Dems, and elected officials to release their fear and trauma from January 6th. I want our elected officials, the Dems especially, to be well protected, always safe, and to always have the unshakable faith of the people. Go there. Okay, so I want to see my U.S. government Dems and elected officials to release their fear and trauma from January 6th. I want our elected officials and Dems to be well protected, always safe, and to always have the unshakable faith of the people. They are really afraid. They are really, really, really afraid. Stick a pin in that. We gotta get these domestic terrorists out of elected office. I want all domestic terrorists effortlessly removed, banned from office, including all current domestic terror. Look at whose initials are that, domestic terrorists. Terrorists in our Congress and judicial out. You know what? That's the thing. Mitch, he knows he's going to lose those Supreme Court justices because of the insurrection. And he does not care how much people hurt, how many people die. It's better for him because he personally needs those justices in there. So, which comes to that Two of Swords again. The difficult decisions that the Democrats have to make. Now, Biden, you can have your whole soul in it for unity. But I suggest you read Lincoln again. I don't remember, is it the March 4th speech he gave? Was it his inauguration? I can't remember which speech it is, but there is a speech where it's, without malice. How does that go? Do you guys know which speech this is? We need to find that speech about without malice. It's in that speech where Lincoln says, because we're a divided country, the Civil War, it is without malice, that he extends his hand. Unless you're going to pull some crap. I will lay down the law. Again, that is the spirit in which we want Dems and our president, because it has precedent that it worked without malice. Does anybody know that? It is Gettysburg Address, Monica? I thought that was, hello. with malice towards none. Lincoln's second inaugural speech. Thank you, Nancy Lee. I think Nancy Lee's our Canadian, and she knows that. It's okay, T-Barb. I'm so sorry I have to take sleepy babies. Good night, Queen and everyone. No problem. Hey, does anybody want to be a moderator? I think I need a moderator. Good night, T-Barb. Nancy Lee's not I'm sorry, I'm thinking of someone else. Nancy Lee, I'm not Canadian. I think there's another Nancy then. Connie Brown. Okay, Connie Brown, you're in. Moderator, thank you. Thank you so much. Add moderator. Velma okay. Sharon Lee. That's who did it. Sharon Lee's a Canadian. I'm sorry. Okay, Velma's mama. Oops, I can't. I'm sorry, you're skipping too far. Stop. Okay. Are we good? Okay, so here with malice, thank you, Tisha. With malice toward none, with charity for all, with firmness in the right as God gives us to see the right. Let us strive on to finish the work we are in, to bind up the nation's wounds, to care for him who shall have borne the battle, and for his widow and his orphan, to do all which may achieve and cherish a just and lasting peace among ourselves and with all nations. Yes, to do all which may achieve and cherish a just and lasting peace. So, I want President Joe Biden to embrace unity and to do all which may achieve and cherish a just and lasting, or is it just here? Okay, wait, I'm sorry. Okay. To all which a just and lasting peace among ourselves and with all nations. To do all which may achieve and cherish a just. We have to have justice. And if it involves the sense of relinquishing unity, it's not, because we're looking at the bigger picture. So I want President Joe Biden and the Dems to see the big picture, the greater good. Clock is ticking. We cannot pussyfoot around, you guys. Now. He just got to do it now. Sorry, this is just kind of a mess, right? Yes, I like the way Abraham Lincoln writes as well. You know what, you guys? When the moon gets into Gemini, we will do the contracts that we want with the media, communications, gaslighting, all that stuff, okay? Okay. Yeah, look at all you guys. Okay. You know what? I feel like this sums up really well what we need and want. We cannot have any standstill. Yeah, there has to be consequences. Okay, so I just have to say, I want to thwart this attack. They're doing something. They're always going to be doing something. Here's the thing. I know we didn't get to talk about it for very long. And again, it was one of those days when there was a ton of breaking news that happened. I don't know if it was in December or November, like maybe beginning December, where we got the actual physical hard copy of literally the Russian playbook on how they manipulate and do their information war, their asymmetrical war. And what was discovered in that publication is that they have... Oh, that's not me. Oh, yes, it is. I want live chat. Okay, skip ads. Okay, am I buffering? Am I still buffering? Am I still buffering? Am I okay? I'm back. I want YouTube to release the buffering forever. It's so annoying. Okay, so I know, right? It's interesting. They talk out of both sides out of their mouth. They always do the plausible deniability, like, oh, poor me, I don't know what you're talking about. How could that be? But yet they hammer me on the slightest word that gets to the truth. They know. So, what was I talking about? So I was talking about the publication through, oh my gosh, they came out about how they do their asymmetric warfare. That there is no time of peace and time of war. It is always just war. Even if there's so-called peace, they're still doing crap in the background. So, yes, Julie, December Stubbs playbook. Yes, it was a hard copy of the manual that got translated into English. I need to find that. Oh my gosh, there's so much I need to find. But basically, it means they're always at it. You can never let your back down. So I could feel how things especially were gaining traction to get another op going. And so I want to thwart this attack. And Donald's totally in on it. They're all in on it. By DT and the Six Wands mob. Yeah, that card's showing up a lot again. I know, shoveling snow. Yeah, you know what we want? I want, and I'm not even going to say it out loud. So I want and then that thing, NATO, to force into about 15 to 20 smaller countries. They have their grip on too many. It is time to just axe that. Which part of that Keystone Pipeline, not only is it for the environment, but there's stuff. watching the hearings today, and just for a little bit, but when they got to Senator Lee, Cruz, Rick Scott, Marsha Blackburn, it was like Spirit was saying, just look at their eyes and start throwing on the comments on what they're saying with Mayor Pete. It was so creepy, the questions that they were asking. And then those questions, because I happened to do like the market stuff on that same page, like with the Dow Jones or the NASDAQ or who had gains. And all four of them would line up on certain aspects. And then also with the stocks that were having gains. There's something so weird going on, you guys, and it's showing up through the market. It's like they're slowly, something's getting manipulated. I wish I better. Oh, thank you very much. I can't say keys. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Skyrider. Okay. So, you know what? Since the moon is in the area of friendships and, okay, let's look at our allies. Let's look at our allies. What do we need to wish for with our allies? What do we want to wish? So this is, oh no, air element comes. That's what this is their up. The air, that's when it showed up. Okay, USA allies. What do we need to wish for with our allies? A successful transition with this White House. This is like a rite of passage. In the past, to help help with easing our burdens. The fighting. We are in the fighting phase right now. Fight with us. Prevent terror attacks. This is like this. We need to get back up on our feet. Oh, we are. Okay. Can you guys see me? Can you see me? I love you too. What? We are. Okay, good night, Holly. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Yeah, so I have my VPN going now. Am I here? I think I'm here. Hi, Marby. Can you see me?